I had quite the adventure last night. As you can probably tell by the thumbnail and uh, by the title, um, yesterday in the state in which I live, we got a lot of snow. A lot of snow. And my girlfriend had to go work. And so she was working, and then she was about to be on her way home, right? And it was snowing heavy, the roads were not plowed, all this stuff, right? So she's calling me up, and she's on her way home, so we can make sure, whatever. But my girlfriend does this little thing called vaping. I'm sure you guys know what that is. Nasty little habit, but that's all right. We all have our little ticks and flaws, right? So she calls me up and we're talking, and she's like, "Man, I just wish I had a new vape because the one that she had was burnt out, dead, whatever. I'm not sure. She uses the disposables." And I'm like, "I'm gonna go get you a new vape." Now, she had been telling me all day she does not want me to leave. She doesn't want me to leave the house. Doesn't want me to leave the house. Doesn't want me to leave the house. And what do? I'm like, I'm gonna leave the house. I'm gonna go get her a new vape because that's just the kind of person that I am, right? So I go out to the car, and her car is completely frozen. Like the car starts up and everything, but the ice is so thick and so thin, or not thick, it's like so glued onto the car that like there's no scraping it off. I can't get underneath it, and when I just scrape it on top, it just kind of moves things over. Now, normally you just wait for the car to defrost for like 10-15 minutes and you go off, but here's the problem. I called up the dude at the store that is literally across the street from me. It's like across the street, and like maybe like a 5 minute walk in the snow, in the deep snow. And he's like, "Hey, we're closing up very soon. I'll be there in like 5-10 minutes." This was a bit of an over exaggeration on my part on how quickly I could get there. But he's like, "You know what? Cool. I'll wait for you for a few minutes." And I said, "Tight." I go out to the car. I try and defrost it. No luck. Well, normally, a normal, sane person would be like, "It's snowing real hard. The car ain't defrosting in time and they're closing soon. I'll just go tomorrow." But not me. See, if you know me personally, which I know a few of you do, my very close friends, you know I really will do dumb shit to try and care for the people that I love. And it was just across the street. It was like a 5-minute walk. So I'm like, it feels like probably -5 outside. The snow is blowing. And I said, "You know what? I got my leather jacket on. I got my black jacket on. Let's go. Let's walk this thing. Let's get this for my love because I love her. And I want her to feel that love, and I want to do this as like an act of service." That's kind of how I show my love to people, right? Is by doing things. She needed it. I have the ability to do it. I got a big bushy beard. I'm gonna keep myself warm. I have a beanie on. I have my hood on. I was good. I walk. I get across the street. I'm on the phone with her this whole time, by the way, and she's not happy about this. And she didn't realize how far I had gotten until I told her, "Oh, I was next to this building. I was getting close. I was about halfway there." And the wind was blowing on my face. It was blowing. So what do? I'm like, "Well, I got this leather jacket. I'm gonna go like this, right? I'm gonna go like this and lift my jacket up so the wind doesn't hit my face so hard." But then tragedy struck. I bumped my glasses. Now, normally, this isn't a problem. However, my glasses, the screw was basically gone, and it was being held up by other means. So the lens had a habit of popping out. So when I bumped my glasses, out it came into the snow. And I was like, fuck. Dude, I was not a happy camper. I turn on my flashlight immediately. I don't move. I look down. I'm looking around. And I squat down. Girlfriend's on the phone. She's worried as shit because now I'm standing out in like -5 degree weather. trying to look for a glasses lens that I need. This is the eye. It was this eye, so it's mirrored. It's my left eye, right eye for you, but it's my left eye. That's my good eye. If I cannot see out of this eye, I just can't see, period. So this is kind of like a necessity. So I got my flashlight out. I'm looking around, no luck, right? I'm like putting my hands in the snow a little bit, whatever. And I spend about probably like 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes outside searching. It doesn't seem like a long time, but with wind and snow constantly blowing on you, it starts to build up. And my hands were freezing, like getting to the point to where like I'm like, oh, I'm starting to like lose feeling in my hands. I need to go inside. Luckily, I just journeyed across the street, and my apartment office building was unlocked. I waltz in, spend about 5 minutes or so, maybe closer to 8, inside the warm environment to warm myself up. I didn't spend as long as I probably should have. But I wanted to get out there because the wind was blowing and the snow was blowing, which means everything that I was doing was getting covered up, which means my glasses lens was getting covered up. So I had to make a choice. It's either I just say, fuck it, and it's gone forever, or I go back out there and I try again. So what did I do? I went back out there. With my gloves back on, I marched out. I was warm enough at this point, I thought. I go on out, and this time I'm like, I can't be wasting no time. So now my knees are in the snow. I'm with my flashlight. I am like pushing the snow around. I'm trying to feel for it. No luck. And at this point, probably another 3 to 4 minutes of me being out there, now my hands are starting to burn. And I'm like, okay, I cannot stay out here anymore. I head back inside. I take off my gloves, and my hands are like the highest, the deepest shade of purple you have ever seen. Well, not the deepest shade of purple. I didn't have frostbite. They were deep pink, the deepest pink that I had ever seen on my own skin. It was a scary thing, and I couldn't move my fingers or my hands. Like snapping like this wasn't happening. I can jettison my thumb out like that. I can jettison my thumb back and forth like that. It's not anything super impressive, but I couldn't do that. Like my hands were like not good. Like I had to run them under cold water. There's also a tip for you, by the way. If you ever need if your hands are ever really, 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 really cold and they start to burn, put them under cold water, not hot water. It's a little tip I learned young in life. So I had to run them under cold water. And I'm like, at this point, I cannot go back outside. If I go back outside, I'm going to start losing digits. And no glasses lens is worth my fingers. So I wait, and my girlfriend pulls up because she's getting home from work. And she's going to try and help me look for it one last time. And I'm like, I can't go back out there, but if she wants to, she can. So we drive around, and we go into that parking lot, because I lost my glasses right next to a parking lot. So we go into this parking lot, and we try and set up where we can quickly go out and in and search that area, right? However, this is the second good deed that went punished. It was punished, because as we try and pull up, there's this big mound of snow, and I have a little car, and I'm like, are we gonna get stuck in the snow? And she's like, no. We pull on up, and what do you know? We get stuck in the snow. So now my glasses are gone, and my car is stuck in a parking lot across the street. And I'm like, okay, one problem at a time, right? The most important thing is we get this car out of the snow. So I have like an ice scraper. I was trying to dig out the tires and stuff, and I did the best that I could, and we could not back it up. Tires were spinning, and I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Well, I used to do martial arts, and I learned a lot during that time. That, and I know a little bit about like momentum and stuff, and I'm like, we need to rock this. So basically, I got out of the car, and I was like in the door frame, right? And I pushed the car forward, and then when I pulled it back, she would hit the reverse, and then I would push it forward, and we rocked it. And we did that for probably 5 to 10 minutes. But eventually, I was able to rock that car out, and I was able to help it pull out. And I'm like, fuck it, it's gone. I'm not being out here no more. Let's just go home. But my baby love, she was like, you've been having a hard day. Let's go get some food. And I'm like, nowhere's open. Like, the McDonald's was closed. Everywhere was closed. And she's like, well, what about the gas station? There's a nice little gas station right next to us. Like, down the street, more down the street. More of like a car ride down the street. And she's like, well, we just go there. I'm like, let's just go home. Let's just go home. And she's like, nah, we're going. She wanted to feed me because we didn't have any food here at the time and everywhere was closed. And I was just ready to go to sleep. This is the third good deed that was punished, because drive down to the gas station and we pull on in, and there is a little mound of snow, and we try and go over that mound of snow, and we get stuck in the snow again. Two times snow stuck in the middle of a gas station parking lot. That's busier than it should be during like a snowing, like pouring down snowing thing. It's not like mega busy, but like there's cars. And we're like, oh my God, we have to do this whole charade again. I have to help pull this car out again. And so we start the process and we get a little somewhere, but fortunately a couple good souls, good Samaritans came out and like helped scrape out our tires and stuff, and then they helped push us out. So luckily it wasn't too bad. And so we're like, all right, well, we're out of the snow again. We pull into the parking lot, go in, grab some food. Some of the most like oddly delicious food I've had, because they have like their own little kitchen like most modern gas stations do. And they made this little cheesy bread. It was delicious. I don't know how it's so delicious, but it is. And we brought it, we did that. Then we went home, spent too much money that we don't have on the gas station stuff. And then we went home and we ate and we passed out. And yeah, so that's why I don't have any glasses. And I don't have any glasses, which means content might be changing just slightly until I can get new ones, because I can't see. I cannot see. Like, everything right in front of me is blurry, and all the small print words that I normally could read, I can't do it. It hurts my eyes. So, content's still coming. I ain't bowing out of this. I ain't taking no time. The grind never stops. But if you made it this far into the video, I would be appreciative if you were to like and comment and subscribe, just so I can try and keep this momentum going a little bit. I hate asking for that kind of stuff, because if you wanted to, I know you would. But until I can figure out what it is that I'm doing and how I'm going to move forward with it, it would mean a lot to me. I would appreciate it. But yeah, the moral of the story is, don't do good things for the people that you love, because you will get punished relentlessly for it. Scrooge McDuck was right. Cut off everybody in your life. Only worry about money, hoard it, and die a greedy old man or woman or other. Moral of the story. Honestly, it's not too bad. I need new glasses anyway. But anyway, that's my story. Thanks for listening if you did. And I will see you all Friday doing something. Have a good one. Don't walk out in the snow on your own.